Welcome, Beverly High School football fans, to Hurd Stadium on a little bit overcast October 7th, Saturday afternoon, for the game between the Beverly High Panthers and the Highlanders of Somerville High School.
Now, how high is the land in Somerville?
And these teams come in here. Beverly is 1-3, and Somerville is 2-2. And I was talking to my cohort, Bob Hobbs here, who tells me that against common opponents, they're pretty even, right?
Very much so. They have both played and lost to Lynn English and to Gloucester, but the spreads by which they lost were very similar. I know almost nothing about Somerville other than their record and the final scores of those two games. Therefore, on that alone, I'm going to predict this is going to be a close game, as opposed to some of the games we've seen lately. I'm thinking that if they play these two common opponents to about the same scores, at least the score differential, that this could be a rather close game.
All right, and with that, we'll stop for a second here, and for the national anthem, we'll be right back.
People dead and more than 500 injured.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing now for our country's national anthem, performed by the BHS Marching Panther Band under the direction of BHS Band Director Adam Costa. The Beverly High School Marching Panther Band. Enjoy the football game, and we look forward to
we're back after the national anthem. This is Walt Kosmowski with my sidekick, Bob Hobbs. Bob, say hi to the audience.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very pleasant Hurd Stadium. This is a wonderful day for the 7th of October, I'll tell you that. It's warm, occasionally sunny, so sun dots behind the cloud once in a while, but a great day for football. And I'm expecting a very close game, as I said earlier. I'm basing that solely on the two teams' record against common opponents, in which they have both lost to Lynn English and lost to Gloucester. However, but the differential in those games was pretty much the same. So,
yep,
I'm thinking that this could be closer than. Well, I don't know if anybody was making a guess at all. I think that's how it was going to go. I'm calling for a close game.
All righty. Now, I didn't see what happened on the toss. Did you, Bob?
No.
Well, Beverly's lining up on the 50, so that means they're going to be receiving the ball. obviously, and they usually have Clark Marchand and Almir Al-Shrafi back deep, and that looks like they are getting back to their Al-Shrafi number 2 and Clark Marchand number 28. Both of them are good running backs. Good. I think Al-Shrafi had a couple of one of the games. He had a kickoff return for a touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown. So both of these guys can break it.
And Clark Marchand has had a very quiet, great year. He's in the top 10 in receptions and touchdowns and yards gained on the ground. He's been a very productive player. And
while they were warming up, we saw Duncan Moreland, number 23, taking some snaps during warm-ups rather than Ryan Barrow, who's been the backup quarterback. So we'll see what Coach Morency, with a 1-3 record, he may want to experiment a little bit. And for the Somerville team, number 7, Emerson Clems is kicking off, and it's a huge kick. Whoa, way back into the end zone, and what's he running it out? I guess he must have touched it.
He did touch it.
Oh wow, it's almost for a safety.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He made a mistake. He reached out.
He made a mistake in touching that ball. That was really a bad mistake. He should it was going right into the end zone. Why he didn't leave it? They're going to take over on about their what are they marking? About the 3-yard line.
So we'll see if we can.
Boy, oh boy, what a way to start a game off.
Well, they've got to get out of this hole now. Even if they don't take it the length of the field, they have got to get out of this hole. They're going to hand the ball over to Somerville in very nice field position. So deep hole to start the game.
So Nick Berry is at quarterback, and their Beverly Panthers are in the huddle. The center comes out over the ball, and they break the huddle. He's got Amir Al-Shrafi in back of him. We'll see what happens.
A little confusion out here on the right flat.
And Barry's got Marchand in motion. He stops. Oh, it looks like they may have caught. I think they got a free play here because I think they may have caught, and it's up to 85. Oh, he had his hands on the ball. There was Bobby Adams.
Number 8 defensively jumped offside, and I don't think he got back in time.
Yeah, so it looks like a penalty against
so you're right.
Somerville. So that was a free play, really. So they'll have 1st and 5. A little bit more breathing room.
Yeah, when you're down that close, that's a lot more breathing.
Makes it 1st down and 5 from the 8.
That was a good play for a free play, too. I mean, you can take a shot, throw it, no matter how well covered your intended receiver is, you can go for it because you got a free play.
Yeah. Bobby Adams did get his hands on that ball, but he just couldn't hang on to it. He did have a receiver kind of all over him. Looks like Brian Barrow is out way wide right. Now they got all kind of people moving around in the backfield and retaking their positions, and oh my God, this is just and it looks like looks like a 1st down.
It is
very close. That was Clark Marchand. There's a lot of razzle-dazzle moving in one direction then the other, and everybody was moving to the left side, and then it was a counter coming back to the right, and they did make a 1st down out of that. So
carry for Clark
they're at about where's the ref racing the ball? The ball was at about the 13-yard line, so they're out from under the shadow of their goal posts.
Yeah, that was a nice run by Clark Marchand, considering that, as you said, he was running into, against his blocking, he was running in a counter play, and he made a nice little couple of...
Oh, and it's a handoff right up the middle, and gets over probably to 16 or 17 where the refs will mark the ball, so it's a gain of about 2 or 3 where they're marking the ball. The ball is at the... it's just over the 15. So that's a gain of about a yard and a half. Nick Berry was consulting with Coach Andrew Morency. This is his 2nd year as head coach for Andrew Morency. He had a very nice 9-3 record in his debut coaching year for Beverly.
Yep, had a good team last year. They graduated an awful lot of good seniors, and this year has been a little bit more of a rebuilding year, but I see every week that they get a little bit better, and that's on the coaches. Good for them.
It's a pitch back around the left side, and it's a nice gain.
Clayton McAlpine
And that was Clayton McAlpine, number 12, who's also a very good running back. He's seen a lot of duty this year. And they got the first down, so Beverly is moving the ball well here.
Clayton McAlpine is good for another Panthers first down.
Now this would just really, if they could run this ball all the way down and score, it would take up a lot of time and give them a lot of confidence getting that first score of the game. That's important.
Yeah,
it has been for Beverly.
The boost to their morale and their confidence is what's really important on a drive like this. And so far, that's looked good.
They got a very tight formation this time, and it's a give to the second man right up the middle, and that's El Shrafi. And he gains about 2, maybe 3 yards. That was tough sledding in there, huh, Bob?
Yeah, if you can make 3 yards when it going's that tough, you'll be okay.
3-yard carry is going to make it second down and 7.
So they give him about 3 yards on that play. That was they had a very tight formation there. There were nobody outflanked anywhere. It was just all 11 men within a couple of feet of the ball.
Timeout, Somerville.
So Somerville takes a timeout. They want to kind of reset their defense. Beverly's been able to move the ball on every play, and so far they look good.
Well, even when they have only gained 2 or 3 yards, the line players look pretty good. They've been able to move what looks to be a bigger Somerville line pretty much out of their way, and so far it's been all Beverly so far.
So number 5 is Pat Parsons, who's had a couple of nice catches this year during the season. He's out wide right, and it looks at pass play all the way. Barry is, and it's complete to Clayton McAlpine for about a 7-yard gain.
Complete to Clayton McAlpine.
Maybe more. This looks like about a 3rd down and 2. They have to get to almost to the 35, just short of the 35. So they got a
5-yard reception, brings up 3rd down and 2.
Now this is a key play here on this drive. They've got to make this, or they've got to punt the ball because they're too deep in their own territory.
This is a long 2. This is almost 3. And
they got to get it to about the 34.5-yard line.
I think a run to the outside there, a sweep.
And it's they got it. He's got it. No. Oh, he's short.
Very short, but
short. The Somerville defense.
Mark Marchand on the.
They had that play figured out, and it was fake to the other side, and So Beverly, after taking the ball over on their own 2-yard line, is faced with a 4th and 1. 4th and a long 1.5 at their own.
Now, do you go for it here?
33-yard line. No, I don't think so. I don't think you want to. You don't want to give a gift touchdown to Somerville.
In the early
they don't make it here. You're gonna. Yeah, it's tough. They just started off with very bad field position. They managed to move the ball well. They got 2 or 3 first downs, and Nick Berry, the quarterback, is going to be punting from his own 20-yard line.
Yeah, Beverly did a good job getting it out from the shadow of their own goal, and
it's a kind of an end over end, and it's Giovanni Pierce. He fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Beverly. That's Pat Parsons, I believe. Yes, no, that's Jake Woolley. Jake Woolley, the deep man there, Giovanni Pierre, fumbled the ball. It ran in back of him, and
recovery by Jake Woolley.
Jake Woolley just was down there like a bullet, and that's a big.
And the receiver really didn't make a strong effort to catch that. He just kind of reached out and tried to grab it with his hands instead of getting his body underneath it.
So see if Beverly can take advantage of this mistake by Somerville. And it's a pitch back. And an unblocked man, number 5.
Yep. Strong defensive play.
Yep, that's about a 5-yard loss, 6-yard loss on that play.
He broke through the offensive line blocking and made a sure tackle when he had to. Huh?
Yeah.
Good play by number 5 on Somerville.
Yeah, that was Pedro Monteiro on that stop. Very, very good play. He just knifed through there, and that he just looked like he wasn't even blocked.
He wasn't. No, he just found himself in the backfield. He was as surprised as I think the ball carrier was.
So Nick Berry under center. He's got Clayton McAlpine and Amir Al-Shrafi in the backfield. And it's a pass this time, and it looks like it's a screen pass to Clayton McAlpine, and he gets it maybe a yard gain to the 45 of Somerville.
Excuse me. It was a nice catch and run, and on a play that could have lost yards. Yeah. Clayton McAlpine is a very underrated ball carrier here and receiver.
1 yard pickup is going to bring up 3rd down in 14.
So it looks like it's a 3rd down and about 14 and a half, 15. So they've got to dial up a big play here, or they're going to have to punt again. So he's got 2 men out wide to the left, and it's a pitch to number 5. Oh, and he's just smothered by the Somerville defense. That was a pitch back to the left side, and that was Pat Parsons, and that they just were all over that play. So Beverly just not able to capitalize on the mistake, the Somerville mistake. The deep back dropped the ball and was recovered by Jake Woolley, and they weren't able to. Let's see what happens. Are they going for it? No, they're going to punt. So Nick Berry, the quarterback, is back to punt from his own, standing on about his own 43, 44-yard line.
Beverly has a chance here to return the favor and bury Somerville in the shadow of their own goalpost.
And it's a high snap, and Berry gets a high kick. See which way it bounces. It bounces neutrally, and it's down about the 22, 23-yard line. So Somerville will take over for their first offensive series of this game with 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first quarter. Bob, what do you think?
Well, I think Beverly did a good job of getting out of that deep hole that they started. They started on their own 3-yard line, got it out there. As you said, were unable to take advantage of the fumbled punt. But overall, they turned the field position around very well, I thought. Now, if the defense can hold, I think some good will come out of it all.
Let me see if I can set we're not too familiar with the Somerville team. We'll try to get the names, get the numbers of these players. It looks like there's a penalty on Somerville. I don't know what it's for. Let's see.
Illegal substitution on Somerville, backs them up.
So it's an illegal substitution we hear. And so the quarterback, is that number 1 or 11?
You're asking the wrong guy.
And it's a give up the middle to number 1. And he gains about 5 yards, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe over the 25. So the ball is on about the 25-yard line. So it'll be a second and 10. See if I can get the number of the quarterback. Quarterback is number 14, it looks like.
The runner was 11.
Elijah Jeffries is the quarterback for Somerville.
6-yard carry.
2 men out wide to the left, and number 1, Marcus Thomas, is back there. They got a man moving to the left side, and he's caught in the backfield, but he's met by a whole host of Beverly tacklers back there. One man, Beverly man, broke through and just glided right past him. Slowed him up, and then there's just a whole gang of Beverly tacklers brought him down for, looks like a no gain on that play, maybe even a loss of half a yard. So it's 3rd down and 10.
No gain brings up 3rd down and 9.
What were they called? The Hilltoppers? No, the Highlanders. Sorry about that. Any Highlanders fans were new to Somerville. We haven't seen them.
I haven't seen them, period.
Yeah, so quarterback is number 14, Elijah Jeffries, and he's got number 17 in motion, Tyler Whitney Sidney. And it's complete to number 2,
first down,
Giovanni Pierre, and he just over the first down marker.
Pass is complete to Giovanni Pierre.
So
tackled by Duncan
they
Foreman.
Needed that. They had a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, and
12-yard reception is first down.
No huddle offense, right up to the line of scrimmage.
So Elijah Jeffries is back. He's in the shotgun position. Gets the ball. He gives it to his back, and there's a gain of maybe a yard. He maybe got past the line of the original line of scrimmage. It's out to about the refs place it somewhere
Red
between
Caston
the
on the
37
carry
and
for Somerville.
38.
Tackled by Justin Kittel.
And they are. They're playing a hurry-up offense here, Somerville is.
Playing no huddle, and that can be effective if you can do it successfully. You know, if you can play that kind of a game.
Quarterback barking signals. He stops.
Changing the play.
Maybe changing. Yeah, looks like he's doing an audible. And he gives it off to the back, and he gets through the initial line of tacklers. He got through the line nicely, and then he got pushed back by a whole host of Beverly tacklers.
Looked for a moment like that was going to be a long gainer.
Mike Anderson on the tackle for the Panthers.
Now has a 3rd and about 4, it looks like.
Yeah, so they have a 3rd and 4.
Bring up 3rd down and 3 for Somerville. From their own
Beverly can
44.
force them to punt here. It's 0-0, minute 32 left in the first quarter. The clock is running. And Elijah Jeffries, the Somerville quarterback, he's back there with number 11, Fred Caston. And it's a long pass down the sideline to number 2, and it's right off his fingertips.
And there was a great pass.
Great, it was a wonderful pass. Just led him perfectly, and he beat the Beverly defender. That was Duncan Moreland. Yeah, he beat him. He had him beaten.
The receiver just short armed it a little bit. If he just extended his arms, that was a completion, a long completion.
So it's a 4th down and 3 on the 44-yard line. It looks like they might be going for it.
I don't see anything. It looks like a punter out there. I think they're going to try
it.
Looks
like they're going to go for the 4th down and 3, 4th down and 4. And the quarterback is looking to the sidelines, looking to his coaches. He's got the play now. He's got number 11, Fred Caston, back there with him. It's in the shotgun. He gives it to Fred Caston, and he didn't make it. No, he's down. He just got over the 45 to about the 46. He had to get to about the 48. And so Beverly will take over on downs at the 46. They're marking it at the 45-yard line of Somerville. So Beverly puts up a good defense there.
Yeah, that was a funny call considering they had to go about 4 yards.
Yeah, I think maybe they were thinking Beverly was looking maybe for a sweep or something. And
I was myself.
By going up the middle. So Nick Berry brings his team out. He's there. He's got his backs in the I position right in back of him. And let's see if they stay that way or break out. And he gives it to the 3rd man through, who is Elmir El-Shrafi. And El-Shrafi takes it. It's about a 7-yard gain.
For the Panthers.
So they had the first 2 guys blow through the hole and then give it to the 3rd guy. So,
and they had a couple of nice blocks in there.
Carry.
But it's 2 lead men, and then 4. Anytime you can get 7 yards on your first rush, you're in good shape.
Yeah. So it looks like they're giving them about 6 on that. So it's about 2nd down and 4 for Beverly. Again, they come out in that tight I formation. And Nick Berry calling signals. And gives it to the 3rd man again, and he breaks a tackle, and second effort there enable him to get another 2 or 3 yards. So it's 3rd and about 1. They need to get down to the 36-yard line of it looks like they need about 2 yards now, 3rd and 2.
I think what they really need to do right here is not give it to the 3rd man through this time. Because
yeah, that takes a lot of time, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, it does, and then the defense is kind of looking for that now because they do it so often.
Well, now's the time to drop back and throw a pass.
I'll go with that, too.
So, Beverly's got Pat Parson. Nope, that's the end of the first quarter.
All right.
That was a fast quarter, wasn't it?
It really was. Everything was on the ground, basically.
Yeah, it was. You're right. There were maybe, 2 passes thrown, that whole 3 passes thrown.
Yeah, and it eats up the clock.
So at the end of the first quarter here at Hurd Stadium, the Beverly Panthers 0 and the Somerville
Highlanders
I'm gonna have a mental block on that, Bob. You better stand close to me there.
I'll call him anything you want to call him.
Yeah.
Nobody knows anyway.
The Somerville Highlanders 0-0, and Beverly showed it could move the ball on the ground, and they're in the middle of a decent series here. This is their third series.
Their first series was a very good series too. The only one that was a little bit off was after they recovered the fumble on the punt. That next series kind of bogged down very quickly. But their first series, when they came out from almost on their own goal line and came out to 35 or 36 yard line, and now they're moving the ball again.
So they have the ball on their opponent's 38 yard line. Let's say they got to get down to the 36. And it's a quarterback sneak, and he makes it. He breaks it down into, crosses the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. So
good for another Panthers first down.
So that was a quarterback keeper there by Nick Berry.
I like the
and
ball.
Berry's coming out. It looks like he's conferring with Coach Morency.
3-yard pickup on the Berry keeper.
And Clark Marchand comes out.
I didn't expect it. I like the call.
Yeah, I think I was expecting that.
All right.
They've tried. They've been pretty successful on that quarterback keeper right up the middle. You just need to get one half a step on the defensive end. So again, they got that I formation, and Nick Berry under center, and he pitches it back to Elmir El-Shrafi, and El-Shrafi again. Number 2, they get one man through that spoils the whole play. Totally unblocked. Totally unblocked.
Yeah,
so that was a loss of about 3 yards. So that pushes them back to about the 38-yard line of Somerville. So it's a 2nd and 13 for Beverly.
Somerville's defense is good in the open field. They have the open field tackling is
good.
They've got a good solid hold on and bring them down one-on-one.
So Beverly's got 2 men out wide right. They got Clark Marchand moving to the right. He stops behind the center, and looks like it's going to be a quick pass, and it's 2 number. Oh, he's all alone. That's Brian Barrow. He's all alone. That was a very quick hitting pass. Nobody even covered him. He just blew past the defender. Beautiful play. That was excellent.
He just was going down the side. He just cut to the inside, and he was open. A great pass, great anticipation, and touchdown. Nice.
So that was about a 37, 38-yard touchdown pass. So Beverly draws first blood with 9 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first half. It's Beverly 6 and Somerville 0. And usually Jake Laganis is the kicker, number 41, for the extra point. And are they going to... Yeah, there he is. So he's... I think it's Pat Parsons is the holder.
Kick for Beverly.
And the ball is spotted, and it looks good. Yeah, it's good. Looks like a penalty here. If it looked like against Somerville, offsides against Somerville, that'll be declined. So maybe they'll assess that on the kickoff.
No, I don't think so. I think they had their chance to take the ball in closer, maybe go for 2, but they elected to take the kick.
Okay, so with 9 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first half, Beverly draws first blood and leads the Somerville Highlanders. Hey, I got it right, huh, Bob? Give me 5, Bob. And the score is 7-0. So what do you think, Bob? That was a beautiful play. Nobody, even Barr, just blew past the defender like the defender was called flat-footed.
It wasn't really badly defended. It was just a great cut and a great pass right on the money, and the defensive back who was covering him down as he was going down the side of the field got faked out when he cut quickly to the inside, and the middle linebacker, I guess he was just a little bit too late, and so it left a lot of open field. In fact,
Beverly will kick off, and Somerville has number 2 Giovanni Pierre and number 6 Lucas Saint Jean, and it's a kind of and it's going to go into the end zone, and that beautiful kickoff, and through the end zone. was kind of like a knuckleball. It was kind of sideways, right? But it worked. So they'll have them down on the 20. So Somerville Highlanders will take over first and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
And the kick returner did the right thing letting that one go because that was spinning crazily.
Yeah.
And any attempt to field that, I'm sure he knew it too, was going to potentially be a disaster. So take it on your 20. What's wrong with that?
Somerville will take over on their own 20, trailing 7-0, first down and 10.
So the quarterback is Elijah Jeffries. He's got a full house back. He's in the shotgun. He's got 2 men wide to the right. And, it's kind of fumbled the ball, and gives it to the number 11. And he kind of dances and tiptoes out to about the 22, 23-yard line. He had a pretty big hole there, it looked like, to go through, but he just kind of tiptoed through it instead of just blasting through it. But
on the carry.
Right, you needed an Al Shafiri run right there where you just plow right ahead because he would have gone a lot further.
So the quarterback, Elijah Jeffries, looks to his sideline there. He's looking at his coach. More and more you see, Bob, where the coaches are calling a plays from the sideline. And the number 4 is in motion, and it's a give to, he's taken down. Yeah, who is that? Somebody broke through there. Number 12, that was Clayton McAlpine.
Casson on the carry, tackle for a loss by Nick
how many
Gonzalez.
times you call his name, Clayton McAlpine, in the course of a game.
And that was the loss of about 5
defensively,
yards.
he's a force.
So that was a loss of about 5, so it's going to be 3rd down and 15.
Decline.
And there was a penalty against Somerville, which Beverly, of course, declined.
Loss of 7 yards on the tackle by Nick Gonzalez.
I'm sorry, the PA announcer says that tackle was made by Nick Gonzalez. I missed that. I saw Clayton McAlpine down there. So it's a 3rd and 15 for Somerville. And Elijah Jeffries has number 11, Fred Caston, back there with him. He's got 3 men out wide to the right side of the field.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw it here to have a chance.
And he throws it very quickly to the right side, and he's got a lot of running room, and he makes a first down. Whoa, what a nice play that was.
Yeah, quick
he threw it to the short side of the field, and that would have 3rd and 15, and they converted. That was a very nicely designed play.
Tackle by Marshall.
We've been saying that for years. If you can get the ball out there on that flat very quickly.
Yeah, he got it very fast. Yeah.
Don't try to sweep, but just heave the ball out there to your running back and let him do like Kevin Fox used to do for the Patriots. Give him some running room, and they can make good things happen.
All right, so Somerville converts a 3rd and long, and they have a 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. They've got 2 men out wide to the right, the wide side of the field, and it's a quarterback keeper, and he's going to be, and he's down. So that's a loss of about 7 yards there. Maybe they'll give him. Let's see what they give it, down to about the 27. So
by Ryan Barra.
He had.
Number 11.
Yeah, he had number 85, Bobby Adams, chasing him back there, putting a lot of pressure. That was the first time they tried a quarterback keeper, and it did not work.
Not at all.
That was about a 7-yard loss on that play, 6-yard loss on that play. So it'll be
loss of 5 brings up 2nd down and 15 from the 27.
So it's 2nd and 15 from the 27-yard line of Somerville.
All right.
Beverly's been winning the battle in the trenches, wouldn't you say, Bob, so far?
Yes, they have. I agree with you.
So they come up with 2 wide men to the right, 2 wide men to the left, and
need a hole right here. You're going to leave him with a 3rd.
It's a long pass, and he's wide open. Oh my goodness! Oh, and he's going to score on this. 2 men there, and it's a long pass. It's a 73-yard touchdown pass for Somerville. He had 2 men all over him. And 2 men landed up on the ground, and the receiver came down with the ball. I don't know how he did that.
He threw up a prayer, and his prayer was answered because it's
2
right through the
defensive men surrounding the receiver, and couldn't bat the ball down.
Ended up right in the receiver's hands.
So with 7 minutes and 14 seconds left in the half, Somerville comes roaring back into this game with a 73-yard touchdown pass. And Somerville And it's a good extra point, so the score with 7 minutes and 14 seconds left in the half is Beverly 7 and Somerville 7.
Somerville's kickers got a good leg.
Yeah. That was just poor defense on the part of Beverly. They had 2 men surrounding him. They had him just boxed in. And they kind of bumped into each other, landed up on the ground, and the receiver came out with the ball, had nothing but grass in front of him.
Well, if you're going to, as a defensive player, if you're going to go for the ball, you better be pretty sure you're at least going to hit it. Because if you're just waving at it, this is the kind of thing that can happen. Although that never should have gone for that distance, but once it landed in the receiver's hands, he had nobody between him and the goal.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker there. Beverly was playing Somerville very tough on defense. Didn't allow him to move the ball too well, and then one play and they're back in the game. So this is
kind of what I anticipated in the early going, on very shaky grounds. I mean, using point differential is a tough way to make a call of a game.
Back deep for the Panthers.
I thought this would be a very evenly played game.
So Clark Marchand, Emil El-Shrafi are back. Emerson Clems is kicking it off. They were offsides, clearly.
Wow, he's got
deep. And it's Clark Marchand. And he's, whoa, what a hit.
Clark Marchand on the return. There's a penalty down.
There is a penalty on the play. Maybe it looks like it may have been a block below the knees.
I don't know.
And the refs are chasing the Somerville coach off the field. And let's see what's going to happen here. No, it's against Somerville, actually.
We call a clip. I don't know. The referee had his back to us. Oh, here it is.
I don't know what I've never seen that signal. What he's tapping both his knees. What does that mean?
Illegal block against Somerville.
Okay.
Block? Now, why would Somerville be blocking?
I don't know. It looked like he called the clip, and I said, why would Somerville be clipping it? Oh,
yeah.
I thought initially it might be a helmet-to-helmet contact.
The penalty will have the Panthers starting out.
So the Panthers come out with pretty good field position here on their own 38-yard line. Mm-hmm. We've got Ryan Burrow wide out to the left, and there he is. He's wide open. Throw it.
Yep.
And that was Clark Marchand again, yeoman receiver, but Ryan Burrow was wide open there for 2 or 3 seconds.
Well, the problem was that the quarterback was rolling to his left.
Yeah, and to throw across it. Yeah, you're right.
Throwing across it, and it's hard to make a very quick decision when you can see a receiver's only going to be open for a second or two. It's very hard to throw from that position, or even to make the decision to throw from that while you're running out.
So Ryan Burrow is split wide to the right, along with Marchand. Nick Berry. Oh, and it's Ryan Burrow is offsides. He started off. Well, the coach is not happy with that.
Well, there you go. Last week there was a bad penalty taken. You hate to see mental mistakes. Something happens in the course of maybe a block in the back because one of the returners turned his back to you at the last minute, something like that. But mental mistakes are hard to deal with. So
Beverly is pushed back 5 yards. It'll be a 1st and 15, and he's got Amir Al-Shrafi and Clayton McAlpine in the backfield. And whoa, they're not going to do it that way. Whoa, what a stiff arm there by Clayton, Clark Marchand. Boy, the defensive man came up and he just lowered his shoulder and bounced. The defensive man bounced right off him. But again, you saw the defender was able to break through, and there was a defender there. If he would have made that tackle, that would have been another loss.
Marchand did a good shot. Good job of getting around that man.
So it's about a 7-yard gain on that. So it's a second down. Let's call it 8. Beverly from the 48-yard line of Somerville, and it's a give to the second man, and Whoa, and Almir El-Shrafi just fighting for yardage. The first man through had a hold of him. He had a hold of his shirt, and El-Shrafi just pulled away from him and gained another 6 yards or so. That was good second and third effort there by Amir El-Shrafi.
Yep, I agree. That was 8 yards of effort.
And there's a penalty, and it looks like it's against Somerville. I wonder what they're showing. It looks like a bit major penalty.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Must be a personal foul then, 15 yards.
Be a face mask or something along that line.
Yeah, it could have been something like that. So it takes it down to the
26-yard
line
first and 10 from the Somerville 26.
Somerville. So Beverly comes out. It's 6 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first half, the clock running. So Beverly has a golden opportunity here to put another score on the board.
Well, on this drive, they've gained 25 yards on penalties, so...
Clark Marchand in motion to the
Anyway,
right. He stops behind the quarterback. And it's a pass. Barry back, and he swings it over to Clayton McAlpine, looking for running room. He's able to break. Oh, he had a nice block from number 53.
Barry pass is complete to Clayton McAlpine.
I'm sorry, 63 gave him a nice block.
Sorry,
67. Boy, my eyes are going. Sorry, audience. 67. There's a nice block by Billy Shaw.
Barry
let Clayton McAlpine gain another 6 to 8 yards. So Beverly's moving the ball very well. They've got the ball on the 14-yard line of Somerville, and they're moving the ball well.
This is the time to punch the ball in.
Absolutely,
for a score right now.
Yeah, Barry, and he gives it to Amir El-Shrafi, and he's pulled down by one of the interior linemen. Again, they just leave that guy alone, and that was a nicely designed play. He had a lot of room in front of him.
Quincy Bogage on the tackle for Somerville.
Number 78, I think he's the center. Was able to break through the line, so that's a loss of about 4.
Who's number 2?
3. Yeah, he came off limping. Yeah, Amir El-Shrafi, who ran that ball that time.
He's on the ground down there.
He came up limping, and he's what's happening now? A little bit of confusion.
He's on the ground. I think it's an injury. I think.
If this is an injury, no, he's actually off the field right now, but he is down on the ground.
Yeah.
The trainers are looking at him. Let's hope it's just a minor.
I hope it's muscle. You always hope for a cramp or something that will go away in a few minutes, but nothing more serious. You hope.
Well, let's just hope that that loss there doesn't put a crimp in this drive. But the linebackers and the defensive secondary of Somerville are very quick. They're very quick to react to the ball and come up from their linebacker positions and make those tackles. That time it had to be a lineman, but before when they tried those sweeps, Beverly tried those sweeps, it was those linebackers coming out very quick and making nice, sure tackles. So Beverly comes out, and they've got number 5, Parsons. And you give him the ball, and he cuts to the inside, and he's smothered for maybe about a 4-yard gain. That's Pat Parsons, number 5.
On the tackle for Somerville.
So maybe a 2-yard gain. So it's 3rd and about 12 for Beverly.
Yeah, Somerville's defense I think, is rather impressive. They're good on the pursuit. And as you said, they always seem to have somebody break through the line, almost uncontested. Their defense so far has impressed me anyway.
Nick Berry brings the team out, and it's a pass all the way, and he looks like he's going to be tackled for a loss. There's a sack, so it'll be a 4th down. 4th down and about 20 for Beverly, so that Beverly was not able to
personal foul, face mask penalty against Somerville.
They were saved by a face mask penalty against Somerville. That's Somerville. The coach must be. They stopped Beverly, and
he's looking for a bridge to jump from right now because
that's going to be half the distance to the goal line.
That's the second face mask penalty on this drive. We're being told by
that one we call the personal foul. I think that was
Mark
a face
Lehman,
mask.
our spotter and cameraman, Mark Lehman. Thank you, Mark, for that. Mark does a yeoman job here on the camera for us. It's a 1st down and 10. And it's
touchdown.
He's in. Yeah, and that's Clark Marchand. Clark Marchand, nice sweep to the left, and there's no flags that I can see. So
touchdown, Beverly.
He swept left end. The defense was stacked up. They expected him to cut back and go up the middle, and he just swung it out and got around the corner easily.
Yeah.
Scored.
Yeah. He turned
Comfortably.
Turned on the Jets around the left side. So Beverly now takes a 13-7 lead with 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first half. And Jake Laganis back to try the PAT. Oh, they're way off. Kick it and decline. No, it was bad. So they'll get to retry it. It's offside.
Offside against Somerville.
Somerville has absolutely killed themselves on this. What's that? Fourth penalty at least.
Oh, that's
on this drive. They've just kind of handed this touchdown to Beverly because really they have.
Well, it looks like Beverly is putting in its 2-point team in there now, since they got a little bit close. They have it on the 1 yard line, so Beverly is going to maybe try for 2.
I like this idea.
Yeah,
I really do. Here's where the quarterback sneak might work. This is when I would call it.
All right, come on, Beverly. Don't get a delay a game penalty here. So Beverly is going to go for 2. They've got Clayton McAlpine and Amir El-Shrafi. And it's a give to El-Shrafi, and boom, he blows through for the 2 points. So Beverly tacks another 2 on. So with 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first half, the Beverly Panthers lead the Somerville Highlanders 15-7.
Well, El-Shrafi didn't look too gimpy on that run. No, he had to go 1 yard, but he looked. It was a nice power run. Just bowled his way in.
Yeah, as you say, Bob, sometimes you just get a little muscle cramp or something like that. And, but going back to that, Clark Marchand, you mentioned it during the warm-up. He's been an all-purpose back. I think he's in the top 10 in both receiving and running
rushing and touchdowns. He's
he's
tied for 3rd with touchdowns or something like that.
He's the kind of guy that is really one of the key cogs in your offense. He can score on.
Well, the name keeps coming up that nobody ever talks about. Seemingly is the Clayton McAlpine.
Yeah,
he just seems to be. Make the big plays when you have to. When you need 3 or 4 yards, he seems to be right there.
So Jake Laganis kicks off. It's high, coming down about the 20. And he's making it up to about the 25. No, not quite. Said Clark Marchand was in on that tackle. Mm-hmm. It was a very, very, very high kick. It gave the Beverly defense time to get down under it. But again, it comes up short, so...
It was a real fluff another. Yeah,
so, they're on the 24, so that's not bad. I mean, it's a little bit worse than kicking it through the end zone and giving it to him on the 20, but at least it's not up near the 40 or midfield where, you hate kicking off and having the other team take over at midfield. You want to make them work for those.
No, that's a good point. No, make
them work for those
He's
points.
Only got a few more yards than if he'd have buried it out of the back of the end zone, so, okay. On the 24, need a nice stand here.
Lucas St. Jean and Tyler Whitney Sidney are wide to the right it gives it to the back, and he's not going to get anything. He's just smothered by a whole host of Beverly tacklers. Let's see what kind of forward progress the refs might give him. I think more than he deserves, according to from where I sit. But I'm not down there on the field.
Well, he was leaning forward, but he just got hit by 6 or 7 guys who just pushed him back. He might have made it to the line of scrimmage. But
second down and 10.
So it's 2nd and 10. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. The clock is running. And again, they have 3 men wide to the right, 1 man wide to the left. And it's a pass, and number 2 gets it, and he's short of the first down by about 2 yards. Giovanni Pierre has played a very good game both on offense and defense, aside from that one fumble that he had, which in the end didn't hurt his team because Beverly failed to convert after that.
That was Beverly's worst series right there, as a matter of fact.
So it's 3rd and 1 for...
bring up 3rd down and 1.
For Somerville. They have to get to the 34-yard line.
To about the 34.
And he gives it to the first back, and he's fighting, and I think he made it. He made it up to the 35. So That was number 11, Fred Caston. And they give it to him just over their own 35. And Somerville's got to hurry up offense here because there's only 2 minutes, 55 seconds left in the first half, and the clock is running.
Well, they've been working with a hurry up offense most of the game anyway. They have them from the get-go.
So it's a 1st and 10 for Somerville Highlanders. Quarterback seems to really take a really lackadaisical, and it's a long throw. Oh, and it's right off the hands of number 2. Again, that's Giovanni Pierre.
It would have been a tough catch, but I'll tell you, the quarterback's got an arm. He just stepped back and let that fly. And it was like 2 yards too far, but boy, he can wing it.
Yeah, he can throw that ball. He's big and lanky, number 14, and he can get leverage on that ball. So
he plays
Somerville has a 2nd and 10 from their own 36-yard line. And it's a give to number 11, and a
shovel pass
makes about 3 or 4 yards, just short, I think, of their own 40-yard line where they're going to mark the ball. And they give it to him. The nose of the ball is right on the 40-yard line, so it'll be a 3rd and about 7 for Somerville. And seems to be a little bit of confusion.
This takes the hurry up out of the hurry up offense.
Yeah, they've got players running from one side of the field to the other. And he fakes to the number 11, and it's a throw, and it's complete.
Yep.
And that was number 19.
Jeffrey's pass.
Moise Nazir. Nazir. So they take it down to about the 45-yard line of Beverly, 46-yard line of Beverly. Minute and 37 seconds on that out of bounds. And
Somerville's quarterback is agile, and he gets his passes off quick and accurately.
He does. He has a very quick release, and
he's spot on too. He doesn't miss many.
Yeah. It's a number 11 again. And he's fighting for yardage. He gains about 8 yards on that play. It was Fred Caston. And it'll be a 2nd down.
Fred Caston on the carry, tackled by Clark Marchand.
So it's a 2nd down and about 3 for Somerville. Looks
just over a minute to go in the half.
So minute and 11, minute 10, minute 9. The clock is running, and
Somerville's moving the ball, but if they're
I don't know why they're just taking a lot of time. They lost about 10 or 15 seconds. They still haven't got the play into the quarterback.
He still hasn't got his players positioned yet.
And they're still sitting there. I wonder what's going on here.
Have they got enough men on the field?
And number 6, oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
I saw that guy and I said, he's going right there. He's going right there to number 6. He just slanted in and caught that ball.
Looked like Somerville's version of the old Army lonesome end.
Yeah.
He was out here
I
all
was
by himself,
watching
just
that guy and I said, boy, he just, all he has to do is, because the Beverly defender was way off of him. The Beverly defender was 10 yards off of him. All he had to do was turn to the inside and boom.
And all the confusion and motion was on the other side of the field, and he was just standing out here.
Yeah.
As I said, like the Army lonesome end they used to have in the 50s.
So it's a 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line of Beverly. 41 seconds left in the half. And Somerville looking desperately to put another touchdown on the board here. They've got 3 men out wide to the right. The quarterback is the ball is snapped, and it's a long pass to the end zone, and it's brilliantly defended by by Ryan Barrar. He knocked the ball away at the last second. Nice defense by Ryan Barrar.
Deflected by Ryan Barrar.
I saw the ref racing over there. I was afraid he was reaching for his flag. Because I couldn't
yeah.
tell from here, but it was could have been pass interference, but it was
you
just
know,
a really good play.
Yeah, the defender has can go for the ball as well. So it's second down and 10 on the 28-yard line of Beverly. 35 seconds left in the half. Again, 3, they flood the right side, the wide side of the field. And it's a give up the middle to number 11. And it looks like he's got a lot of running room, and he cuts to the outside. And he's down to looks very good, down to about the 5-yard line.
Fred Caston on the carry.
That was Fred Caston. That was a surprise. I thought they were going to pass, and they gave it to him. He went up the middle and then cut to the left side. And
he's very effective on that.
Yeah.
He's a big part of their offense, and he's been effective so far.
27 seconds left. Where's the ball being marked? On about the 5-yard line? Let's see, where is it? It's about the 6-yard line. So it's first and goal at the 6 for Somerville. 27 seconds left in the half, and they give it. And the quarterback tried to, and he's dragged down for about a 2-yard loss. 2019, 18, 17.
Tackled by Clayton McAlpine.
Looks like Somerville calls a timeout with 18 seconds left in the half. That was a good defense there by Beverly. He gave it. He held the ball in the gut of the halfback, seeing what the defense would do, ready to block.
The quarterback option. He just guessed wrong.
Beverly was able to string the ball out, and by the time he grabbed the ball,
pulled it back. He had a lot of company.
So that was a loss of about 2 yards. So it'll be second and goal at the Beverly 8-yard line. So let's see if Beverly can stop them here, and I think that'll give Beverly a nice
second down here. Yeah, a hold here would be as good as a long drive, because that'll preserve an 8-point lead and give them some momentum, if you will, into the second half.
But as you say, Bob, this has been a seesaw game. One team scores, the other team scores, and just back and forth. Both teams have shown good ability to move the ball.
So far, it's been a very evenly matched game here between these two teams.
So Somerville comes out. Their quarterback, Elijah Jeffries, he's still looking out over to the coaches on the sideline. 18 seconds left in the half. He's got the right side flooded.
How much time are we giving him?
I'd say this could be delay a game. I mean, how long can you take?
And it's intercepted by Beverly, I believe. And there's a penalty flag thrown.
Pass is incomplete. There is a flag down.
I wonder what the flag. 12 seconds on the clock. Oh, it's a pass interference by Beverly, it looks like. So it'll be half the distance and first down, automatic first down with 12.
Was that officially the call? I can't see it from here.
Well, it looked like I was watching the referee, and that's what he made it look like.
Seemed like some of it took forever to get that play off. I don't know how long you could get before you get a delay of game call, but.
So what's going on here? I don't see.
I don't
see the ball being moved anywhere. Looks like it's. Repeat. No, first. No, to Beverly take. I think Beverly intercepted, didn't they? No, they didn't.
So it was a incomplete pass.
I don't know. So it doesn't seem to be any repercussions from that flag at all.
It was an incomplete pass.
Yeah. So it's a first and goal. With 12 seconds left in the half. The ball's on the 9-yard line, and there he goes. And it's batted down by Beverly.
Jeffrey's pass is deflected.
And I think that was Amir El-Shrafi on that, actually, that batted that ball down. I may be wrong.
There was too many people around. I couldn't tell.
Justin Cattell with the pass deflection.
Well, the PA announcer saying as Justin Cattell did that. That's fine.
And Beverly looked good. All the defensive people in the area had their hands up in the air, and assuming, of course, the quarterback cannot throw a floater from here. He has to throw a bullet.
He has to, yeah. So it's second down and goal 9 seconds, and he throws it to number 2, and he's going to score. Yep. And again, that is Pierre Giovanni, or Giovanni Pierre, I should say.
Good for a Somerville touchdown.
He just threw it out there in the flat, and Pierre did the rest of it.
For years you watched Tom Brady and Kevin Falk doing that exact play. We just take a step back, throw it quickly out to the flat, and let the running back, or the receiver in this case, do his thing.
Looks like there's no time.
This will be the end of the half.
And it's good.
And Beverly will go in with a 1-point lead.
Looks like Beverly will go into...
Emerson Clems on the extra point.
And at the end of the first half, the score is Beverly 15 and Somerville 14.
Yeah.
And Bob, what do you think?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is going exactly the way I kind of envisioned it. I thought these two teams would, statistically, just what I could see in the paper, and never having seen Somerville play, of course, I thought that this was going to be a very tight game, and that they were very well matched. So far, this has been probably, in my opinion, the best played half of the season. And I think that Beverly looked good on their drives, but Somerville did too. So this is going to come down, I think, to maybe a couple of breaks in the second half. And I know Somerville hurt themselves with some penalties there. If they keep making penalties, and I'm going to give an edge to Beverly. But if they clean up their game and everything, this is going to be a tight game at the end. Yeah, I think it looks that way right now.
It's been a very enjoyable game. So with the score, the Beverly Panthers 15 and the Highlanders of Somerville 14. End of the first half, and we'll be back for second half action in just a moment.
The Beverly High School Band will present the first portion of its new halftime show.
You are
today,
watching BevCam.
entitled Titans
Here,
of the
anyone can
20th
come to the
Century.
studio to make their
The
own
band
local
is led
TV
by
show.
drum majors
Contact
Layla
us with
Marr,
your idea.
Charlotte
We'll help
Povey,
you get started
and
with
Jonathan
producing your own
Sofa.
show,
The color guard
editing it,
captains are Hannah McCoy and
and
Ashley
we'll broadcast
Hayes.
it to all of Beverly for your friends and family to
Directing
see.
the color guard this
You might
year
even get
is
some new
BHS
fans.
alum.
We also film local events like sports, music, city council meetings, and more. If you miss out on anything in town, you can catch up on it here. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Contact us at 978-927-5544 or email us at admin@bevcam.org.
Chemical Engineering Company, Prince Universalist Society of Salem.
My group made a short film, North Shore Music Theater.
I wrote a book of poetry.
I surveyed Briscoe Middle School students, a history and culture review of the North Shore. I did different diets for 4 weeks.
I student directed the musical at Briscoe.
North Shore 104.9.
Ostrom, Sylvania, which is a lighting company.
I worked with a breast cancer surgeon at Beth Israel Hospital in Boston.
What I made was a phone charger.
I made birdhouses.
I just recorded music.
American Film Studies 2 curriculum.
Francesca's, which is a clothing store
At Centerville Elementary School in Mrs. Roy's first grade class.
R I B E 7.
R O B B E R Y 36.
CARELESS 22.
WITNESS 20.
COMPULSIVE 32.
MONEY 10.
THEFT 6.
DEBT 6.
AUTO 4.
RUNNING 10.
CONVICT 14.
ARREST
0 points.
Attention! All prisoners must return to their jail cells immediately. Rec time is now over.
Creativity is putting your imagination to work, and it's produced the most extraordinary results in human culture. Dreams come from inspiration. Inspiration comes from an idea. And ideas come from creativity. We believe in raising up a new generation of creative minds. And it all starts with you. Help sponsor the award-winning Beverly High School Media Program so the students can have the resources they need to make dreams happen.
right here at Hurd Stadium when we'll present the finished product of our halftime show. Thank you for all your support of music education in Beverly schools and enjoy the second half.
The BHS
Well, we're here back after the halftime performance by the Beverly High School Band. Boy, who would have thought they ended with a number by Igor Stravinsky from the Firebird. Wow, it's not typical high school football band fare, but it was well received by the crowd. So,
the fundamentals of the sport and prepares them to be successful athletes.
So at the half, the score is Beverly 15 and Somerville
to the players
14.
And cheerleaders of Beverly Youth Football.
Looks like they're having some halftime performances by some youngsters here at the home end of the field. But so far, it's been a very evenly played game. Somerville has made some penalties, and one Beverly drive, they had 2 face mask penalties, which really hurt when you think that that's 30 yards. But they did have a sustained long drive at the end of the first half that actually they scored the winning. They scored the touchdown as time ran out in the half, and Beverly was able to move the ball well.
The winning number
during the course of the game.
6'9", 3'5", 6'9", 2. Congratulations.
So the Somerville team is back on the
pot was $449.
back on the field. We're waiting for the Beverly Panthers to make their way back onto the field. I think the key to the second half is going to be try not to make any mistakes. Very evenly played game. Both teams have come up with good defense when they needed to. We talked about the last touchdown that Somerville made. That Beverly gave that up very, very grudgingly. And here come the Beverly Panthers back on the field. And they will be kicking off since they received the opening half kickoff. So they'll be kicking off to Somerville to start the second half.
I will.
So as we said, Beverly comes into this game with a record of 1 win, 3 losses. They had a big win over Malden, 53-13. And last week they had a devastating defeat at the hands of Marblehead, 30-6. No, I'm sorry, 30-0. They were almost. I think they had 3 first downs during the whole game, which they gained on the very first possession, very first series of downs, and weren't able to do anything after that. The Marblehead defense just smothered them. So Somerville comes out onto the field. And Beverly will be kicking off. They have number 2 back, who is Giovanni Pierre, who I'm really impressed with this young man. He's played very well on defense, and he's played very well on offense. And back with him is number 6, Lucas Saint-Jean, as the French would say, Saint-Jean, Saint-Jean, Lucas Saint-Jean. And Jack Laganis is getting ready to kick off for Beverly. And he hits the ball. Oh, it's a bad kickoff. It's taken on the 30-yard line, and he looks like he's breaking free. It's just one man to beat, and oh boy. And he brings it back to the 30-yard line of Beverly. That's the results of a very poor kickoff.
Tackled by Duncan Moreland.
And Duncan Moreland finally brought to number 23, brought the Somerville man down.
And he was absolutely the last line of defense. If he didn't bring him down, it was a touchdown for Somerville.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. As we said, it's going to be, it may be the breaks,
Yeah, it will be.
In that case there, Beverly, instead of pushing the opponents back to the 20-yard line starting there, they've got the ball 1st and 10 on the Beverly 30-yard line. It's like almost a gift touchdown here. So, well, we'll see. I can't.
Well, it's not a touchdown yet, but we need a little defensive aggressiveness.
And they give to number 11, who's been a workhorse back for Somerville.
Fred Caston on the carry.
Fred Caston. He's done a lot of work for them.
He is. You're right. He has been a workhorse.
And he scored that
for Beverly.
He scored that touchdown. The Beverly still ahead in this game, 15-14. 10 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third quarter.
Bring up second down and 9 from
so
the
it's a
29.
2nd and 9 for Somerville on the Beverly 29-yard line. And number 19, and then they give it to number 11 again, and he's able to, he's got those nimble feet. He makes those little, those little quick little dancing moves, and he's able to tiptoe his way through the defense.
Tackled by Clayton McAlpine.
It's 3rd and about 6 now for Somerville at the Beverly 25-yard line, 26-yard line. Let's
3rd
call
down and 6.
They've got to get down to about
26.
They've got to get down to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and this is 4th down territory too.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
They've got 2 downs to make it.
Yeah. So number 14, Elijah Jeffries, been in the quarterback. We've been impressed with this young man. His ability to throw the ball. And it's a give again to number 11. And he fights his way and picks his way through for maybe about 2 or 3 yards. So it'll be a 4th and about 4, 4th and about 3. They've got to get down to the...
Tackle by Mike Anderson.
Number 11 doesn't look that big, but boy, he's determined and he just keeps his legs moving. He's very effective running.
4th and 4.
4th and 4 for Somerville. Let's see if Beverly can hold them here.
Quick pass out here, maybe.
Well, and it looks like Somerville's taking a timeout. They didn't. Coach called the timeout. Didn't quite.
Timeout, Somerville.
Like what he saw there.
I didn't like what I saw there either. I didn't know what they were going to do. I
think
a call for a quick out, and they weren't set up for a quick out.
4 from the 24.
So let's see if Beverly can come up with a defensive stop here, and but that would really really put a little change in momentum here. Would give them a little wind in their sails to take the ball down and score.
Well, just run out, run time off the clock. Yeah, a stop here would be big.
So Somerville has got 2 men out wide left, 2 men out wide right. This looks like it's a quick out pass. No, the quarterback is going to keep it, and he doesn't make it. He does not make it. He's swallowed up by a whole host of Beverly tacklers. And Beverly will take over 1st and 10 on about their own 22-yard line, 23-yard line.
Good defense.
Wow, that was
Jeffries keeper.
So Beverly was able to overcome that bad field position that they had, or good field position on the
Beverly
part
holds
of Somerville
on
after
4th
that.
down and forces the turnovers on
number
down.
7?
Tyler Gary running into the huddle. He's hope they don't get called for a time here, because that's the worst thing to do now. Instead of a 1st and 10, have a 1st and 15.
Just made a nice defensive play on that. I hope he didn't.
Beverly takes over on their 22-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Mess up this call.
And everybody's in tight for Beverly. Nick Berry under center. He takes the snap, gives it to the second man through, and that's Elmir
Al-Sharafi.
And he gains about 4 yards, maybe 5 yards on that, so it's a 2nd down and 6, let's call it, for Beverly.
Nice hole over there.
Yeah. This is the time for a nice sustained drive, huh, Bob?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Oh, a sustained drive for score here would be really vital.
It's 8 minutes and 26 seconds in the third quarter. The clock is running. Beverly up 15-14 in a very close game here against Somerville at Hurd Stadium. And Nick Berry looks over his line, and it's a pitch back to Clark Marchand. He's getting up ahead of steam, and he's fighting, and he gains about
Clark
3 yards.
on the carry for Beverly.
This is close.
Yeah, it's very close. See what they do here. It's a third and about a half a yard. They had to get to they give him a first down.
I think he made it.
Yeah. You know what I liked on Nick Berry that time? He pitched it back to Clark Marchand, and he got right into the block.
5-yard carry
and
is
turned
good for
upfield
the
and blocked him.
First down.
Instead of just pitching it back and just standing there. I like that. I like that kind of stuff.
I didn't follow the quarterback on that play. Every time they turn and pitch back quickly like that, I hold my breath.
Bob.
I know they're faint.
Let's have a little more faith in the Panthers here. All right, so Beverly continues this drive. They're at their own 33-yard line, first and 10, after they made a good defensive stop on. And it's given to Parsons, and he's fighting, looks up, and he gains maybe a yard on that play.
Parsons on the carry.
So Pat Parsons, he's been playing more as the season has gone. He's had a couple of nice catches.
Pat Parsons and was it Clayton McAlpine?
Yeah.
Two names that you hear more and more frequently in the last few weeks, and they're both working their way into big parts on this team.
So they've got Ryan Barrer on the left. It's a second down and 10, and it's a fake, and there's Barrer. Here he is, right there. No, and it's inside Barrer, and looks like very close to the first down. And that was Pat Parsons again.
Complete to PZ Parsons.
And where are they going to mark the ball? They mark it that's very close to the first down. They might have to measure that.
Barry to Parsons.
No, they give him a first down because it was just over. The yard marker was on one side of the white stripe, and the ball's on the other side. So
your eyes are better than mine, because I thought that was going to be a measurement.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I didn't think he made it at all, to say the truth, at first.
So Beverly keeps the drive alive here, and it's first and 10 on their own 43-yard line, and they got 2 men out wide to the right. And it's a give to, second man through, and one of the linemen, 25, just snaked through there and brought him down almost immediately.
He just swallowed the ball carrier.
Yeah.
And that's happened 3 or 4 times this game.
Yeah, it has. That's a loss of about 3 yards back to the 40-yard line. So it's second down and 13 for Beverly on their own 40. That's just happened too many times. That one man breaks. It's happened about 4 or 5 times, and the thing is, they're good tacklers. Sure tackling, and
yes, open field tackling is a really strong point.
And it's a fake to the back, and it's a throw, and it was to Ryan Barrer, but the ball was thrown out of bounds.
Nick Berry pass intended for Ryan Barrer.
A lot of defensive coverage out there. Good thing. Nick Berry's getting smarter with his instead of forcing the ball in, throwing it away or eating it, as the occasion dictates.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bob. Yeah, I absolutely. So it's a third and 13 for Beverly. They're going to have to convert here. They'll be forced to punt the ball. So they got Ryan Barrer and Pat Parsons out wide to the left, and it's a quick throw. And that was intended for Bobby Adams, and it was off his fingertips, and it was almost picked off before it hit the ground by one of the Somerville defenders. So Beverly, after getting a couple of first downs on that drive, is forced to punt. And again, Somerville has Giovanni Pierre back on about his own
back to punt for
29, 30-yard line. Nick Berry, the quarterback, back to punt.
Giovanni Pierre has been a force in his own way here in this game.
And it's a line drive, and the ball bounces up in the air, and it looks like it's going to come to rest at about the 24-yard line, actually grabbed by a Beverly player. And
that was nice.
Somerville will take over for their second possession of the second half, because they did have a short field there on their first possession, weren't able to capitalize. And now they take over on their own 24-yard line. 5 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter. And
that was an unusual bounce on that kick because that was a line drive kick and it for it to bounce straight up in the air.
Yeah, it did. It did. It
defied all logic, I thought. I thought that was
it just popped straight up in the air, didn't it?
It did. I thought that was going to roll for another 15 yards or come back toward the Beverly defense. It just died right there.
So Elijah Jeffries, the quarterback, he's got 2 men out wide right, 2 men out wide left. Takes a snap again, number 11, and he's trying to get around, and he does not get around. It looks like he just made it to the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd down and 10 for the Somerville Highlanders.
Speaking of a nice open field tackle, that wasn't
yeah. Beverly was able to come up very, very quickly on that play. Again, that number 11, Fred Caston, and they've got the right side flooded. They've got 3 men out there. They got Wadey, Jimenez Santana, Lucas St. John. No, he goes back.
Yeah, they've balanced the receivers. 2 to each side.
And it's clearly a pass, and it's too low for number 6, Lucas St. Jean. Saint Jean. It was down on his shoelaces. He wasn't able to come up with the ball.
It was probably fortunate that he didn't because he was about to get creamed if he did catch it.
Pass defended by Bobby Adams.
And it'll be a 3rd down and 10 for, so let's see if we can get a 3 and out here and get the ball back.
This is where Beverly's defense has faltered a little bit in this game. They've given up these first downs on long yardage. You're right. A hold here would be very important. Be huge.
The quarterback in the shotgun, and it's a long. What a bullet! And he's got him out there, and he drops the ball right through his hands again. That was number 2, Giovanni Pierre. I thought he was going to catch that ball.
Yeah, I thought
and I'm just surprised that these backs of Somerville are out racing the Beverly secondary men. He had 2 steps on him. And the ball was right there. That was a perfect throw.
It was. I know
that was perfect. A bullet. That was a spiral.
Beverly's defense was lucky there. That was right on the money. The receiver was a little bit discombobulated. He initially turned the wrong way, but when he turned around, he just didn't recover in time.
So Emerson Clems, the punter for Somerville, is back on his own. Looks like about 12, between the 12 and the 13-yard line. And he kicks. It's a high kick, and it's taken by Ryan Barrar, and he's knocked down immediately again by Pierre, by Giovanni Pierre, on his own 44-yard line. And the Beverly Panthers will take over. So it looks like on that exchange there, they gained about 10 yards.
34-yard punt. He's going to set up the first and 10 for the Panthers.
Kick receiver, credit for coverage there, because I thought that called for a fair catch.
Yeah.
It looked to me like he was going to get creamed. He just sidestepped the first tackle and gave him a little breathing room, but he got hit hard by the second tackle.
So Beverly comes out. They've got 2 men out wide to the right. El Shrafi. And it's a give. No, he fakes it and he throws it, and it's to Pat Parsons, and Parsons fights down there. He's crawling along the ground. And after all that, it's about a 3-yard, I would say 3 to 4 yard gain, but at least it's moving in the right direction. It's a 3-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd down and 7.
It wasn't a 10 or 12-yard sack like it could have been.
Yeah.
That was really getting something when nothing was there.
Yeah, I thought at the last minute the defender, I thought he might trip him up by just an ankle, a shoelace tackle.
Yeah, I thought he had him too.
But Barry was able to elude that. And Ryan Barr's out wide. And it's a give to the second man through, and it looks like he's fighting for the first down. Let's see what the ref gives him. I think he did make a first down. He was just over. He had to make it over the.
This almost has to be a measurement, doesn't it? Boy,
they're giving it to him, I think, because
this is right on the. Yep, yeah, they are giving it to him.
Yeah, so it's a first down for Beverly. So the ball is on the 45-yard line of Somerville, and Beverly is moving the ball. They took over on their own 34, and they might have a free play here, but face mask.
How do you do?
I guess they're not calling a penalty there. It looks like the defender was...
He got back in time, I guess.
Yeah. By Quincy Bocage.
And again, they just seem to dive through and knife through the Beverly.
That number was at 79. He's a big lad.
Yeah.
I can see where he'd be hard to move out of the way.
Not even on my chart here.
I might not have the number right either.
Thanks, Bob.
Of course, I'm at a disadvantage.
Clark Marchand in motion, and he gives it's a pitch to the, and it's Clayton McAlpine, and he fights for maybe 2 or 3 yards. So it'll be about a 3rd and 7 for Beverly, and they have it at the 42-yard line of Somerville.
For Somerville.
They have it at the 42-yard line, 3rd and 7 for Beverly.
3-yard gain by McAlpine brings up 3rd down and 7.
And they come out in the I formation. And they give it to the 3rd man through, and that's Elmir El-Shrafi. And again, that number 78 got behind the Beverly blockers and was able to bring him back from behind, which is very unusual.
No, he's been solid the whole game.
Yeah, that's Quincy Bocage. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that for the Somerville fans. Bocage, Bocage, Quincy Bocage.
He's kind of the Somerville version of Vince Wilfork. He's had to move out of the way.
Yeah, he's big.
Timeout, Somerville.
He's a big guy, yeah. And they sent 2 men through that hole, and they gave it to the 3rd man through, and he just kind of waited till and tackled him from behind, which I find unusual on a play like that.
Yeah, he's agile for his size too. I've watched him pursue a couple of plays, and he, though he hasn't made the tackle, he's been right there.
The Beverly has to make it to just past the 3 blades of grass past the 35-yard line of Somerville. It looks like they're going to go for it. It's 4th down and 4. And
nice fake.
It's going
to be a hold.
Yeah, it looks like it. And who got the ball? Looks like an interception.
It's intercepted.
Well, I mean, that's probably as good as you can get, because if you'd have punted, that's about where you'd...
Right.
So, Somerville, but there was a penalty on the play.
Yeah.
It's a block. It's declined, so it's a 1st down. So, Somerville...
They'll take the ball, but you know what? If they had taken the penalty, that would I don't know what it was. They would have moved the punter back even further.
Yeah, that's right.
And they might have even got better field position out of it than the interception.
That's right. So was it an interception? It was. Yeah.
Yes, I thought it intercepted. It
was an interception. Yeah. So I think they would have been wise just to bat the ball down, not to catch it. But again,
because I don't know whether he knew there was a penalty.
Yeah,
but the penalty, of course, if they had taken that, would have put the punter in a tough spot.
But it's all right for Beverly, I think, because if they had punted on that, that's probably where the ball would have ended up. So. Somerville takes over 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line. The score is still 15-14 in favor of the Beverly Panthers. A minute and 31 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And the Somerville quarterback, Elijah Jeffries, is yelling out to his he's wide open. And he misses the tackle, and looks like he's going all the way unless...
No, he's going to get...
Number 23, Duncan Moreland is pretty speedy back there, and he brought him down. But the 1st man just missed him completely. And there's another long pass.
Very quick release on the part of the quarterback. And I'll tell you, the receiver was wide open.
He was wide open.
Defense was a little confused there, but it was a quick-hitting play, and resulted in a big game.
57-yard pass.
Almost 60 yards.
Yeah, it's a 57-yard, according to the PA announcer.
Timeout, Beverly.
So Beverly takes a time out there to regroup, but boy, that hurts. They had the Somerville down on their own 23-yard line, and they had been defending them very well here in the second half, not allowing Somerville to move the ball very well. And now one play, and Somerville's knocking at the door. Although Beverly did hold them on the opening kickoff of the first half. I mean, second half. They had the ball on the Beverly 25-yard line, and Beverly did not allow a first down and held them. So
that's at least the second time that Duncan Moreland has been able to run down a breakaway runner.
Yeah, obviously very speedy. So looks like it's a keeper by the quarterback. He throws it deep to number 6, and touchdown.
Yep.
Whoa, that looked like a broken play.
It was. Well, he was really wide open, but the ball was had a high loft to it, and so by the time that the pass got there, the defensive man had recovered to an extent. But boy, the receiver was wide open.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a quarterback keeper, a fake and a quarterback keeper, and the quarterback didn't see much running room, and the defense, came off of the receiver
for Somerville.
So. And the extra point try is good. So with 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the third quarter, the Somerville visiting Somerville Hilltoppers. Highlanders 21, and the Beverly Panthers 15. So this has been a seesaw game, as you predicted, Bob.
Kind of what it looked like on paper, at least, and it's worked out to be that way.
So Somerville, after scoring, will be kicking off to Beverly. Minute and 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Beverly had a couple of good opportunities to move the ball here in the second half, Bob, but just.
Yep, they had their chances here, but they kept a little flat on offense there. They got bogged down. They had a long fourth and.
So Emerson Clems is the kickoff man for Somerville, and it's deep down to about the 20-yard line, and it's and he's brought down immediately on the 20-yard line. He got it on about his own 10, returned it about 12 yards.
Yeah, shouldn't have reversed his field. They should have just kept going.
Yeah, that was Ryan Barron, backup quarterback. So Beverly will take over right at their own 20-yard line, and we'll see if they can't respond here to that score by Somerville. Minute and 3 seconds left in the third quarter, and it's a give to the back coming through, and he's met and dropped immediately. Looks like the Somerville team is really pumped up after that score.
Yep, that was a big boost for them.
Big boost, and that was a loss of about a yard. Second and 11. Ball's about the 9-yard line.
Speaking of big boost, that was number 78 that just
clogged
up the middle of the line there.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's wide. And
I'll tell you, he's sort of a high school version of Vince Wilfork.
Okay, so they've got Parsons and Ryan Bear out wide to the left, and Clayton McAlpine behind the quarterback, Nick Berry. Second and 9, and Berry goes back. And he's got it. Oh, Pat Parsons almost hauled it in on a fingertip try there, boy. And again, Berry just never seems to have a comfortable drop back. He always seems to have those Somerville men breathing down his neck, and he's always on the run, always hurrying his throw.
No, that was really not all that bad of a pass, but it would have been a remarkable catch.
That would have been a spectacular catch by Pat Parsons. He had to jump really high, and it was right on his fingertips. So Beverly has a 3rd and 11. They've got to do something here. They've got 2 men out wide right. It's hard to tell the numbers here. It's getting a little dark.
It's gloaming.
And gloaming, that's it. And he's got blockers out in front of him. Block that guy. Come on, let's go.
Yes.
And that was Clark Marchand, I think, and he gets the first down.
He kept fighting, and
that looked like a hit out of bounds to me. There's no penalty on that.
No, I think he was tiptoeing down the line. And he got knocked out of bounds.
So that was that's it.
17-yard pickup, Barry to Marchand.
So Clark Marchand there, about a 16-yard gain on that play. They needed that to, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
That puts all the more importance on this drive.
It really does. It really does, Bob. If Beverly can put this drive together, 6 points will make it a tie game, and a pat will make it to 22-21. Both teams have played very well. It's been a well played game, and they needed that. They really needed that because Somerville just seemed to have a gust of wind in their sails after that last score.
Yep. And you could see it. You could see it in the body language that the defense was pumped.
Yep. So the ball is, the nose of the ball is right nudging the 35-yard line of Beverly. They have it 1st and 10. It's a fresh quarter, 4th quarter just beginning. This will be the first play of the 4th quarter. 11 minutes to go in the game. And Pat Parsons is wide here on our side to the right.
Like I said, quick out to the right might gain a lot of yards.
And it's a give to the second man through, who is Marchand, I believe, and he gains maybe a yard. So that's a gain of maybe a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Beverly. Ball's on the, they give him about the length of the football there. So
that was really no gain.
Beverly has not thrown a long pass, They just haven't seemed to want to open up there. So they've got Ryan Barrett, Pat Parsons, and I can't see the number of the 3rd man wide out here to the right. Barry takes the snap, and it's a throw. And it's behind, way behind.
I think it was tipped.
Was it tipped?
It looked like it to me.
Yeah, because if that ball would have been on the money, I think Ryan Burrow would have scored on that because he was ahead of all the defenders.
Yeah, I think one of those big linemen put up his hands and just deflected it slightly.
Okay, so it's a 3rd and 10. Again, we're back to these crucial 3rd downs for Beverly. They've got to convert this, or they'll be giving the ball up to it's a one-score game now. We got Ryan Barrar and Clark Marchand on the right. Pat Parsons going back over to the left side of the ball. And Clayton McAlpine is back there with Nick Berry. And Berry is... And it's a throw to Clark Marchand. And it's intercepted. It's intercepted by number 13. And he's fighting for yardage, and he brings it down to the 26-yard line of Beverly. Now there, as you were saying, Bob, Barry had a lot of time, but he threw it right into coverage. I mean, there were at least 3 or 4 Somerville defenders all around the ball.
Right. That would have been a nearly impossible completion.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that Beverly's going to have to really, really hold here, get the ball back. 9 minutes and 57 seconds left in the game. Somerville scores here. I think that might.
That'll be game.
I think that might be the game, because then it'll be a 2-score game, and so
Somerville will take over on their 27.
So Somerville takes over on the 27-yard line of Beverly. Elijah Jeffries, the quarterback, and he gives it to number 11, who is he's taken down immediately. And that was number 7, Tyler Geary.
Tackle for a loss by Justin Cattell. Loss of 3 on the Cattell tackle.
And it's a 2nd down and about 13 now. So that's what Beverly needed. That.
Yeah, they need 2 or 3 more, just like that now.
So Beverly can hold them here and get the ball back on downs. Somerville's got 3 men wide out to the left. Elijah Jeffries, their quarterback, in the shotgun, takes the snap and he throws it, and it's incomplete. It was a little bit behind number 19, Moisi Nazeri. I just realized that he's a lefty.
Something I wasn't paying that much attention. I didn't realize
he's a lefty, and it's a 3rd down and 13 for Somerville. So Beverly can hold here. Somerville will probably try twice on, if they miss this 3rd down conversion.
Timeout, Somerville.
So there's for sure. Yeah.
So there's a timeout for Somerville. They have a 3rd and 13 on the Beverly 30-yard line. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. So what do you think, Bob?
Well, I think the obvious. I think that Beverly has definitely got to make a stop here. And the offense has got to get some of that momentum back that they had on the first drive. But we got to take first things first, and we got to stop Somerville.
It's gotten kind of dark and a lot chillier in the stadium. When we first got here, it was sunny and warm. Everybody was overdressed, I think. Had sweaters and jackets on.
I'm glad I brought my sweatshirt now.
But I don't think we are in any danger of raining. But it is a little bit cooler. So Somerville comes out to the ball. It's 3rd and 13 on the 30-yard line of Beverly. They're up 21-15, 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. And they have 2 men wide left, 2 men wide right. They have number 4 in motion to the right. He stops, and the quarterback is rolling to his, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. So it's a 4th down and 13. That time he reversed his field. He took a step or two to his left, and then he ran around and then he rolled. But it didn't fool the Beverly defense. They stayed right with him, and he was under a lot of pressure there.
It was very good coverage in the defensive secondary.
Yeah, and the ball was not very well thrown.
No, it was, unless you say he had to throw it out there. Well, either only the receiver could get it, or it was going to be out of bounds, in which case it was not a bad pass.
So Somerville has a 4th and 13 at the Beverly 30-yard line. Let's see if Beverly can hold them here. 9 minutes and 4 seconds left in the game. And he throws it to number 2, and they got him. Yep. He got maybe 2 yards on that. That was, again, Giovanni Pierre, who's just looks like he's involved in every play here for Somerville.
In his own way, he's been a force for this team.
Yeah. On 4th down.
So Beverly's able to hold again.
Now we need
we need a drive.
Offensive surge here. Right.
So Beverly takes over, 1st and 10 on their 26-yard line.
Defense did their part.
Yeah, defense.
Beverly will take over on their own 26. 1st and 10.
Bobby Adams way out wide right, and it looks like a screen there to Marchand, and Marchand up the sideline, and he keeps going. Whoa, number 17 lifts him up and dumps him. Whoa, what a tackle that was. After all that running, that was about a 9-yard gain there by Clark Marchand. Where are they placing the ball? Boy, I think I wasn't down on there. It looked like he gained a little more.
All the players are between us and where he went out of bounds. A little hard to call.
I can hope, can I, Bob?
Well, you can.
So it's a 2nd down and 2 for Beverly on their own 34-yard line. They've got to get it out to the 36. And it's a give to the 2nd man through, and that's looks like he's breaking through. Clark Marchand looks like.
Yep.
He stiff-armed a potential tackler. He gets it out to midfield. So that was about a 16-yard gain there. Or was that Clayton McAlpine? I couldn't see. It's getting...
16-yard run for Clark Marchand.
No, that was Clark Marchand, yeah.
It's getting...
So the nose of the
dusky
ball
now.
is right at the 50-yard line for Beverly now. So it looks like Beverly's got a head of steam going here. They seem to have a...
No, I like those last two plays have been...
Come on, let's get out to that ball. I don't want them to be called for a delay of game. So they got Brian Burr and Pat Parsons out to the right. Nick Berry over center. And he gives to the second man through. And he juke steps, and that's Clark Marchand. And he gains about 3 yards. At the end, he just kind of laid down.
Yeah, well, he got a couple of yards just on that lunge. Right?
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
they had his feet planted there, so he just kind of lunged forward. So it's a 2nd down and 8. The ball on the 48-yard line of Somerville. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game, and the clock is running. The score is Somerville 21, Beverly 15. A very close-fought game here in the gloaming. What is Bob?
In the
gloaming? Yeah,
exactly.
And it's a fake. Oh! That number, what is that guy, number 4? He's just been a thorn in the side of Beverly. That time...
Again, we'll go back to the open field tackling.
That's a loss of about 13 yards on that one, 15 yards on that one. Yeah, he's missed that tackle like 4 or 5 times so far. That time he got it. So Beverly, wow, they're pushed back to their own 38-yard line. They've got to get down to the 40-yard line. They got 22 yards to make, 3rd and 22. Boy, oh boy, that hurts. That really hurts. After making that fine defensive stop.
I don't know how many 3rd and 22 plays you get, but now's the time.
They've got the right-hand side flooded. They got 3 men out to the right, 1 man out. Oh, boy, what a time to get on the ball. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a time for a bad snap. They got the balls down on the 17-yard line. It's a 4th and about 40.
Yeah, 4th and about 2 zip codes, isn't it?
It's about 4th and 20, 30, 40, 4th and 44. 4th and 44. What a turn of events. What a bad turn of events. A quarterback sack and then are they going for this? No, they got a punt.
Nick Berry.
It looks like and they got Giovanni Pierre back for Somerville. He's on at midfield. And it's a kind of a bad kick. It's high and it's wobbly, and it takes a Beverly bounce, and it'll be down by a Beverly player there, Duncan Moreland, on about the 46-yard line of Beverly. So
still on Beverly's side of the field, so this is a big edge for Somerville.
Yeah, boy, oh boy.
With only 5 minutes left.
Yeah, Beverly seemed to have a head of steam going there, and then 2 successive quarterback sack and a
bad snap.
Bad snap. So Somerville will take over 1st and 10. There's 5 minutes and 5 seconds. If Somerville can get a 1st down or 2 here, this might be Beverly, if it's going to make a stop, they've got to make it quickly because there's only 5 minutes left in the in the game.
Time is definitely working against
Beverly. Against Beverly right now, yeah. The score is Somerville 21, Beverly 15, in a very hard-fought game. A very, very enjoyable game, actually.
It has been.
And it's complete to number 6. That's Lucas St. Jean. About an 8-yard gain. And he just slanted in, and the quarterback just rifled it to him. So it's 2nd down and about 3. They've got to make it down to the 36-yard line of Beverly. They have it on the 34-yard line. They got to make 3 yards. 2nd and 3.
Do we have a timeout here?
The coach has got...
yeah, we do this. The clock is stopped anyway.
The coach was conferring with Captain Nick Gonzalez there, number 58.
Beverly 39-yard line.
So the ball's at the Beverly 39-yard line. And Somerville comes out. And he gives it to number 11 again, and he just got ahead of steam, and he gets the first down. Well, so 4 minutes, 43 seconds left in the game. The clock has stopped for some reason, or maybe just moving the chains until the ref puts the game into
tackle for Beverly.
4 minutes, 40 seconds, and
counting.
And it's a first down for Somerville at the Beverly 28-yard line. And Somerville is in no hurry to get this ball in play because the clock is in their favor. 4 minutes and 19, 18. And, I think they're going to call them for a delay of game.
Yep. Delay.
Yeah, it's
flag down, delay of game penalty against Somerville.
Yeah, so maybe they don't care, because if they assess that penalty, they still have a first down, and they can burn a lot of time on four running plays. They'll burn 40 seconds per play, and that's practically what we have left in the game. So this is when we need a fumble. There haven't been any fumble. Oh no, there was one fumble, that first fumble on that punt. And it's a throw to, and he completes it to Giovanni St. Pierre, and he stays on his feet. I can't believe this guy is so hard to bring down.
Jeffrey's pass is...
Boy, that guy is just he just squirms and runs and keeps moving.
Yeah, he keeps moving.
And I think that's going to be a first down for, no, maybe not.
I think he's...
Ryan Barra and Nick Gonzalez in on the tackle.
So it's a second down and about a half a yard. No, it looks like they're gonna either measure or give them the first. No, they're giving them the first down.
Really?
So with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game, the guest Somerville Highlanders, I got it right that time, Bob, lead the Beverly Panthers 21-15. .328, the clock moving. Yeah, the quarterback is in no hurry to get that ball snapped. He's just waiting, trying to get as much time, and it calls his own number, and it's out at about the 10, just shy of the 10-yard line. So it'll be a second down and about one.
Knocked out of bounds by Ryan Barra.
He stopped the clock by going out of bounds.
Yeah. So it's second down and about 3. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the game.
And 3 from the 11.
Doesn't look too good for the home team right here.
Nope.
Somerville knocking at the door. They need a stop, and then they
need something along the lines of an interception or a fumble.
I don't think they're going to pass the ball here.
No.
And he gives it to number 11 again, and he squeezes through, and he's down to about the 5-6 yard line. It's going to be, I think he's got a first down, so it'll be first down and goal for Somerville at the 6 yard line of Beverly.
On the carry. Tackled by Nick Gonzalez.
So 3 minutes and 6 seconds left in the game. The clock running.
5-yard gain brings up first and goal from the 6.
And Beverly takes a timeout. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Yeah, another heartbreaking loss here for Beverly.
But I thought they were in control through the first half. It was very close, don't get me wrong, but I thought that if they could come out in the second half and just put together a good drive, that this game was going to be theirs.
They just couldn't. They put no points on the board in the second half. They had a lot of opportunity. The defense came up with good stops here 3 or 4 times in the second half, and the offense just couldn't.
The defense has been encouraging, as it has been all year. Really, they seem to get a little better every game.
So the Somerville team breaks the huddle with their coach. 3 minutes, 6 seconds left in the game. First and goal at the Beverly 6. And they give it to number 11, and he's stopped before he can get to the line of scrimmage. A loss of about 1.
Fred Caston on the carry,
so
tackled by Bobby Adams.
It's 2nd and goal, and the ball is placed right at the 6-yard line. Is that a timeout? Looks like Beverly's taking another timeout. 3 minutes exactly left in the game.
When play resumes, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
I don't know how many timeouts Beverly has.
I have never been able to figure it out. I have been told
mysterious
very
secret,
unofficially
right?
that each team gets 5 per quarter, which comes to about $500,000 in the course of a game.
Yeah. It's like we got patches of sunshine showing on the field as the sun is getting ready to set here.
Yeah, we're closer to sunset than we are to seeing the sun, I think.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock exactly.
Okay.
Game has been going on for 2 hours. So Somerville comes out. It's exactly 3 minutes left in the game after that timeout by Beverly. They lead the Beverly Panthers 21-15. They've got the ball 2nd and goal on the Beverly 6-yard line. This is it's a give to, again, and he stopped before he gets to the line of scrimmage. So, again, it'll be a 3rd down, another timeout for Beverly. So that play only took 4 seconds, and now it's a 3rd and goal from the 6. So Beverly's done their defenses, done their job, but it's still a 3rd down and 6.
Carry is for no gain. Timeout, Beverly.
Nice play by the tackler on that. He just stepped across the line and pursued right down the line, grabbed the running back from behind.
3rd and goal from the 6.
Made the play.
2:56 remaining in the game.
So Beverly takes a timeout. 2:56 left in the game. They are behind Somerville 21-15. You know, anything can happen in these games. There's almost 3 minutes left. Somerville is just too far down the field there. They got 2 more downs to punch it in. Beverly stops them. They're going to have to go 97 yards.
This is going to be a 100-yard.
And with only 2.5 minutes, probably. But by they get the ball, there'll be about 2 minutes left in the game, and they'll have to go practically 100 yards in 2 minutes, and that means passes, long passes. So Somerville comes out, and they got number 2 in. It looks like it's going to be a sweep to the right side, and he scores. I was afraid of that sweep. I absolutely was.
I've been kind of waiting for that the whole game.
He had one man that got through there, one Beverly defender, and he couldn't trip him up. If he would have tripped him up, that would have forced a 4th down. So Somerville scores, and that makes the score 27-15 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game.
On to attempt the extra point.
And number 7, Emerson Clems, comes on for the PAT, and it's good.
Drills it, yeah.
And so that makes the score 28-15 in favor of the Highlanders. Right?
Right.
Okay. Well, Beverly will get their hands on the ball here one more time during this game.
Well, on that touchdown run, it would have been tough for the Beverly defender to make the tackle, because on a sweep, the running back can give up ground. He can run backwards to avoid those tackles. So if it's a plunge into the middle of the line, he has to keep going. And that's exactly what he did. He just gave up a couple of yards and continued to sweep around the right end.
Yeah, they had that whole right side stacked there. They had their back, everybody was in. Then the man in motion came to that side, so he had a head of steam going when the ball was handed off to him. So Beverly will receive the kickoff from Somerville. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. It's a 2-score game, so I think Beverly, if they can march down and score here, maybe save a little bit of
face.
save a little bit of face. Yeah. Number 7 again. Mr. Clems kicks off, and it's whoa! What a deep kick! What's he doing? Oh, yeah, okay. I know, but if he would have caught that ball on the 1 yard line, he would have had to return it. He would have caught it on the field of play.
Beverly will take over. 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
If it's going into the end zone like that, just let it go.
I don't know where did he catch it on the 1 yard line, but if your momentum is taking you backwards, they'll let you go back into the end zone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you're running backwards like that, make the catch, they concede that your momentum would have taken you into the end zone.
Bob, yeah, you don't sound too convincing.
Well,
I thought if he catches it in the field of play, then he has to. That's where he has to start. But anyway, that we'll discuss that another time, Bob.
Well, if he called for a fair catch or something, that would have been one thing.
What is? Oh,
that was ugly.
I don't know whether Barry. That was
a miscommunication.
Somebody for Bobby Adams.
Yeah, Bobby Adams got cut upfield, and he was expecting him to be down in the flat area there. So. They had the right idea.
Barry was obviously throwing it to an area, to a location.
And that Adams had vacated.
He moved out.
Yeah, so he's rolling to his, and Ryan Burrar, and he kind of ran backwards there.
Every pass is complete.
So it's a 3rd and 2 on the 28-yard line. They've got to get to the 30 for a first down. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. The clock is running.
8-yard pickup brings up 3rd down and 2.
And so Beverly is playing hurry-up ball. I believe it's probably too little, too late.
Bobby Adams.
So Bobby Adams makes a first down, and it's at the 35-yard line of Beverly. They got 3 men out wide to the right, and
don't retreat, just.
And they're going to say inbounds. That was Ryan Burrar.
Pass is complete.
I think they were looking for a hold. Yeah, maybe it was a hold. No, then he threw. Wow, that flag was thrown very late. He threw that after the.
Who's the hold against?
Against Beverly.
Oh.
Yeah, that number 78 again. It's just been pressuring the Beverly quarterback all game.
He's got to be hard to hold.
Yeah, he just seems to break through, and he's just on the quarterback instantly. Just nobody seems to be able to block him. He's just every time Barry looks up, there he is.
Yeah, well, that's a thankless assignment, frankly.
2 minutes and no, that's number 8, I believe, the left defensive end there. He just blows by those guys. Look at him. Boom. Look. And it's going to be intercepted. Yeah. Ryan Bearer, and then number 10, I don't know who that is. But it looks like he might make it all the way, and it looks like he's going to make it all the way. No, he gets down to about the 2-yard line. 1:51. Well, those desperation passes, and now you give it to them.
That was ill-conceived. There was way too many defenders. Actually, 4 defensive players right there.
If Somerville scores here, it's going to be like a 35-15, and it'll seem like it was a real blowout when it really wasn't.
It wasn't, no.
It was a very close game, and
it was much like a couple of the earlier games that Beverly lost. When you look at the scoreboard, they say that they got crushed, but they really didn't.
I think that was number 10, Carlos Fernandez, that intercepted that ball, ran it all the way back to the Beverly. Where do they have it? The 5-yard line. So, 1:51 seconds. Somerville still got their first team in. You would think that they would not want to pile on here after, you still got all their first team guys in there. I would consider it good sportsmanship if they put their second team in. And he's throwing. Look at this. And he scores.
Yeah.
Number 2 again. Number 2. Giovanni Pierre.
Pierre is complete for Somerville.
Well, I will go along with notion that throwing there was piling on a little bit, you know. I mean, you're down there, you're almost certainly going to score, but just keep it on the ground.
Yeah.
And do the Bill Belichick thing and say,
yeah,
well, it's not our job to take a
not
knee,
good,
but it's your job to stop it.
Yeah.
But don't try to, you know, throw passes when, you know, in a situation like that. Just run it, and if Beverly stops you, so what? You're going to win the game anyway.
Yeah, that was a little bit insulting. That's like rubbing salt in your wounds.
Didn't want to see a pass there.
Yeah, minute 45, and
I think he missed.
it's good. So the score is 35-15 in favor of the Somerville Highlanders. So we'll be kicking off with 1 minute and 45 seconds to Beverly. So it's a 3-score game here.
Yeah, that's a 20-point lead for Somerville, but it really isn't a 20-point game. Things fell apart for Beverly here in the last part of the fourth quarter, and the score doesn't reflect how well they played for the first 3.5 periods.
You know, I think Bob that Nick Berry. You know, I'm not taking anything away from the guy, but he just doesn't have a real strong arm. I mean, if he had an arm as strong as this kid from from Somerville, see, and his receivers just they can go out a certain distance, and you know he can't lead them, and he can't throw the ball 50 yards in the air.
That last interception, there was almost no chance for a completion. There were 4 defenders there.
Yeah.
But
see, they just don't have that home run.
What it was, there was no alternative. There should have been a shot man just standing down here ready to take like a 3 or 4 yard pass and see if he could run with it. But Nick Berry really had no alternatives. It was either eat the ball or try to make the play into heavy coverage.
And it's a kickoff again and it's into the end zone. Ryan Barrett takes a knee. And 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the game.
The Emerson Cleanse kickoff.
I think Beverly should just take a few knees here.
I think that we have reached that.
I don't think they can pull this game out with Hail Mary passes.
We've reached that point in the gloaming, as you said, where I cannot see the ball when they throw it up in the air like that. It's too dark, too dusky.
Gloaming.
Unless they start to use the lemon yellow ball. When they throw this up, we're looking at a backdrop of leafy trees and in the looming darkness here. It's
Bob,
just
you're so poetic. So Beverly takes the ball and Nick Berry's running with the ball, and he breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3 tackles. Whoa. And he's almost down to the first.
Ryan Bauer with the keeper.
Actually, that was Ryan Barrett took over at quarterback, and looks like it's a first down. Yeah,
10-yard carry by Barrett.
So it's 1 minute and 18 seconds. The clock running,
you get the first
and the coach is putting Ryan Barrett at quarterback.
From the looks of things, they could use him at running back, too. He was dodging tackle. He must have dodged half a dozen tackles on his way to that 10-yard gain.
And there's a long pass to number 85, and that time Bear actually overthrew.
Intended for Bobby Adams.
Bobby Adams. 58 seconds. It'll be a second down and 10.
I want to see another play like that. He's got a nice arm. That was him.
Yeah.
He got distance. I mean, it was off the mark, but he just let it fly, and it must have gone 45 yards, 50 yards in the air.
I can't remember when Beverly had a quarterback that could throw the ball 50 yards, in a tight spiral, a nice time. They just, you lose such a dimension without having that weapon. The ball is, and Ryan
Barrett with the keeper.
Well, the 2 hardest things in high school football to get is a good quarterback and a good kicker, a good place kicker. And when you do get them, it's a revelation.
So 35 seconds left. Looks like this might be the last play or next to last play of the game. And it's a long pass. Oh, he's wide open. That's like Duncan Moreland, number 23. He was a very speedy guy. He was waving his hands. Me. Oh, he was so wide open. 24 seconds.
45
Maybe Beverly will
yard
save a
completion,
little bit of
Barrymore.
face here by scoring.
Again, that was.
Why does the ref wait till the ref shouldn't wait till the other team? Well, and he spikes the ball. It's the other team's responsibility to get off the field, not for the ref to wait for them to get off the field before he puts the ball in play, right? If the offense is ready to snap the ball, then, right?
Well, I don't know whether there's a rule saying you have to wait until the other team gets their defense on the field and set. I'm
there
not
he
sure.
is.
Right over the middle.
And though he's wide open, and that's Duncan.
Touchdown, Beverly.
Duncan Moreland. Touchdown.
Brian Barrett or Duncan Moreland.
I'm liking this quarterback right here. That was
20-yard
really nice
touchdown
series.
completion, Barrett or Moreland.
Well, we may see a different Beverly quarterback next game.
Wow, so far I'm impressed here. I like the way he's he eludes on rushing pass rushes, and he's elusive when he runs the ball, and he's got a nice arm. Boy, that was 2 passes right there that went quite a bit of distance and landed right in the receiver's arms.
And they're going for 2. 14 seconds left. And he's running, and did he make it? Looks like
he fell
very,
forward.
very, very close.
No.
The referees are signaling no. So
Conversion is no good.
14 seconds left. Beverly's going to have to kick off again. The last 5 minutes of this game have just lasted eternity.
Well, what do you think? An onside kick?
Maybe. What do you got to lose?
Why not?
Yeah, what do you got to lose? But still, you need 2 scores.
Well, I mean,
onside.
Just to see if that drive was for real or whether that was just a fluke because Somerville was playing a little loosey-goosey on defense. But I think an onside kick here would be the thing to do.
Oh, yeah, sure. I remember when we had Luke Samperi. He would hit a dart right at the guy, right across from him, and it would bounce off. And I remember he did two onside kicks, actually against was it not Somerset, Duxbury, in the fourth quarter, two in a row, but it was too little, too late.
He's got a good memory. I can't remember.
Yeah, they were up like 41-0, and Beverly scored 41-7. Then they tried an onside kick and they got it, and then they tried another onside kick and they got it.
There you go.
It didn't go 10 yards. No, it didn't go 10 yards.
And they picked it up, tried to lunge forward, but he couldn't get that far. he couldn't fall forward 5 yards.
Well, let's end this. Let's just end this thing. No, what is it? You can't. Because I think the defense can't. Is it Beverly's ball? What are they signaling?
It's got to be Somerville's ball. It's got to go 10 yards, and it didn't.
But something about touching. Looks like the Beverly offense is coming onto the field.
This is going to be
and now they got no time left in the game. So
how's this going to work?
No, they're taking the chains the other way.
Well, I don't know. It cannot end on a defensive penalty. We know that. Now, I don't see any penalty flags, so I don't know. Here we go.
Offsides there.
The defense, okay.
So it's a re-kick. Or what is it? No time on the clock.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting how this works.
So what can possibly... Oh, they're putting time back on. They're putting 13 seconds on. And because I thought that was kind of strange that the Somerville guys were already, were way across. They were waiting for the ball on the other side of the 50.
Yeah. And if the ball doesn't go that far, I mean,
maybe it's
if they run forward and touch it, and then Beverly can take a shot at it. But if they don't touch it, then the ball, goes to them automatically, doesn't it?
Well.
Well, that one went 10 yards.
No, that one, but it went out of bounds. No. I think 11.
Yeah, I think it was out of bounds.
Is it out of bounds or not? It's
could reach that.
It's like these basketball games that take my wife sometimes asks me, how much time left in that game? I got 30 seconds. She says, it'll be another 20 minutes before it's done.
Same 30 seconds it was 30 minutes ago.
So, do we finally? So it looks like the Somerville will take over on about their own 30-yard line, 31, 32.
Can come out and basically take a knee here.
11 seconds left in the game. Yeah, I think they will. If they throw a long pass, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, that would be.
You know, it looks like they still got the first team in there. I can't believe they. Why'd they put the second team? At least they let them say they were in the game. Take a knee. But they got the first team in there still, 35.
I don't even quite I don't have a clear picture of what the refs are doing there.
Unless there's like a big grudge between these coaches or something. They got their first team in.
What could there possibly be? They never play each other.
Oh, now he takes a knee. But, he could have given his second team a chance to take a knee. At least they got in the game.
Yeah.
Well, Bob,
this one's over.
So from Hurd Stadium, a very disheartening loss by Beverly, who were really in it the whole game.
The 3 periods, they were absolutely in this game. It was a really good game for the first three and a half periods.
So from Hurd Stadium, the final score, the guest Somerville Highlanders 35 and the Beverly Panthers 21. And we would like to thank our cameraman and spotter, Mark Lehman, and our producer back at the studio, Robert Dokes. And for Beverly High Football, this is Walt Kosmowski and my cohort,
Bob Hobbs, and thank you so much for watching.
We'll talk to you next time.